I haven't been here since 2001, man.
Wow. Lots
This
changed.
place has exploded.
It's exploded.
There was 250,000 people back then.
Yeah.
It's nearly 1 million now.
It's 1 million in the city and another 1 million in the surrounding areas.
Yeah. But coming in from the airport,
Yeah.
I was like, I can't even, I don't know where I am,
Yeah.
Your viewpoint on landmarks and everything is just completely changed. And, before arriving, just yesterday, I had an absolute picture in my mind of what I was about to experience.
Right.
Because I came here so often in a 2 or 3 year period that, I would tell you that I know the city like the back of my hands. You know what I mean? Driving in from the airport, I was like, it's just gone.
Right.
It's not the place that I know.
Well, it's changed a lot in the 4 years that I've been here.
Right.
It's exploded.
Yeah. And look at all the cranes downtown.
It's crazy.
It's still going.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I think that's a mistake. I think they're kind of fucked. I think they kind of overestimated because the real estate market has cooled down considerably. Yeah,
Right.
because whoever was going to move here moved here.
Right.
And then it's like everyone was expecting that the boom would keep going.
Right.
But it hasn't kept going. It hasn't kept going at all. It's gotten to a
million.
stall
A
point.
million's a good size for a city.
It's about perfect.
Yeah, you can get everything you need, and you get it at the speed that you want it at, and there's competition in all areas. So but you can still get around as long as your transport system is good. You can still get around at a million.
Yeah, the traffic here is so easy. People complain about it. I'm like, you guys are adorable. This traffic is cute. This is cute traffic. Living 25 plus years in LA, I know what real traffic is like. And even LA, when I moved there in '94, it was nothing like it is now. Now it's just now it could be 2 o'clock in the morning and you're in bumper to bumper traffic for an hour and a half. It's bananas how many people.
Yeah, but I mean, look at New York, man. I mean, I was shooting Beautiful Mind once. We had a late night, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm in a tunnel coming back from Jersey. And we just stop.
Mobbed.
We're there for an hour.
Yeah.
In the tunnel.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That freaks me out, by the way. Something about that fucking river being right above your head.
Yeah.
Like, I know they know how to fix it. I know they knew how to build it. It's been there forever. I know.
But there's going to be that day, right?
There's going to be one day.
You've seen enough movies to know.
I've seen enough movies. It's going to spring a fucking leak, and we're all done in the worst way possible. Fuck. I don't like it. Get me out of here. The moment I'm in the tunnel, I'm holding my breath. I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. Okay. Whew, we're on the other side. I don't like it. I'd rather be in a helicopter than be in that fucking tunnel.
Well, it's funny that you should bring that up because on that shoot, after that night, I said, if we're going over there all the time, right, I'm living right next to the Liberty helipad in Chelsea, right? Just 10-minute trip. Right?
Yeah.
Get me out of the freaking car.
Yeah.
Because that movie was it was a lot to carry around, the freaking mindset I had to be in all the time for that. And so they ended up agreeing. So I would literally walk to the helicopter pad, jump in a helicopter, 10 minutes.
That's
they'd
pretty
drop me
nice.
off in New Jersey. And
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That was a fantastic movie. It really was. Beautiful Mind was one of my favorite movies.
Cool.
Just the mind of a person like that, like playing a guy that's so troubled and brilliant. I mean, how difficult is that to train for? Like, how do you get yourself into that mindset?
The relief when that movie was over was huge, because you do tie yourself in knots a little bit when you're playing a character like that, and that's part of the job, and you just go with that flow, But yeah, I was very, very happy to put all of the detail of those diseases aside because, the guy that wrote it, his mum and dad, treat people with schizophrenia. So he had a lot of first-hand knowledge that he could pass on to me, and a lot of that was to do with physical tells. And when the physical tells happen in the course of somebody's connection to the disease. The thing about Beautiful Mind is it has a device in the film. The film begins, you believe everything that's unfolding in front of you, and then there's that click when you realize, hold on a second. Have I been watching him or am I inside his head? And then that's the thing that, worldwide, that trick works. Every time I saw that movie at a few premieres around the world, and there's this gasp that comes out of the audience. And it's, only 15, 20 minutes in when they go, and they realize that they've been inside the head of a sick man.
Right.
As opposed to watching some, spy drama unfold.
Right. Right.
Yeah. That was far out. I read that script here.
Really?
Yeah. I was doing The shows, 2000 Stubbs. I'd rented a beautiful house over there on the other side of the river. I don't know why I'm pointing that way. I don't even know which direction the river is from here. But and Jeffrey Katzenberg busted my nuts about reading it. And I was like, man, I'm doing the band shows. I've got, I'm recording with the band. I just want to be in this space. He goes, I need you to read it now, And he'd been part of the Gladiator, so I read it, and I ended up ringing him and thanking him because the experience of reading the script was just fantastic. One of the best scripts I'd ever read, and it had that device on the page, so that wasn't a trick added by the filmmakers later. The same experience of reading it is the experience you have when you're watching in the cinema. Man. So it was about, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning, sitting on the back porch of that house. It was still over 100 degrees. It was really hot, and I read it in one go. I thought to myself when I sat down to read it, I said, I'll read 10 pages, it'll put me to sleep, right? And it didn't keep me awake. And I remember putting that script down and walking and jumping into the swimming pool, at 3 or 4 in the morning or whatever, going, I'm absolutely doing that fucking movie.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. Yeah. So that's exactly what you're talking about, the kind of film that just gets in your skin.
I've said it, lots of times, but it's a physical response. It's like goosebumps. It's like I'm reading it and there's just a thing happens and I'm not even thinking about it. I just pick up a pen and I start writing down what I'm going to change in that bit. And I just start working on it immediately. And if I work on it when I read it, that's the one I'm going to do. And I've stuck true to that. Even, as I was saying before, sometimes it can be a really imperfect document, but there's just a couple of things that resonate, So it's like, okay, I have to do it. My joke is that in that way I respect the gods of film. It's like I'm only there because I have my reasons and I need to be there. And so, and that way now it doesn't always work out, but you can do the greatest pedigree movie and it tanks. You can have, A-lister number 1, A-lister number 2, A-list director, great subject matter. Nobody goes and sees it. There's a sort of a type of alchemy, And, I came out of an independent film world, and then suddenly a couple of those independent films got successful, and it led me to another place, But I still like to work in an independent world because, if one hits, that's the one that's going to be fun and important or whatever, if it comes out of nowhere.